A very serious message was sent in the Raptors' most recent game against the Chicago Bulls. Yes, RJ Barrett, Gradey Dick were great. Yes, this team performed one of the most wild, ethical tank games of all time. But really, the big message, the big takeaway from this game is that Jamal Shead needs to be in the rotation. He needs to be getting minutes and is a key piece of the future of this team, because in limited opportunities last night against the Chicago Bulls, when the Raptors needed a little spark, a little different kick off the bench for this team, the fourth quarter Jamal Shead really put our Shead heads, all the Shead heads out there, were amped up, were fired up, were ready to go once we saw what Jamal Shead was capable of doing in last night's game of the Chicago Bulls. And I've been clamoring for this man to be a mainstay in the rotation. Yes, he should spend some time in the G League to develop, to do some different stuff, but when he's out there on the roster, when he's with the team, when he's dressed and suited up, he deserves to at least get some minutes. No matter how well Davion Mitchell's playing, no matter when Immanuel Quickley's back, Jamal Shead is a crucial piece of this future with his energy, leadership, and the emerging three-point shot as well. So we're going to break down his emergence, the message he sent, how the Raptors performed in last night's game, and everything that's going on with this Raptors squad. So lots of stuff to break down. Before we dive into that, folks, we have an exciting announcement, as this video is brought to you by Rentals.ca, who are proud partners of Team Canada. While they've been supporting our national team defend their home court in international competition, they've been helping thousands of Canadians find their home court all across the country. Whether you're in Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, Calgary, Halifax, Winnipeg, Mississauga, Edmonton, Victoria, St. John's, from coast to coast, Rentals.ca helps you find the perfect place and price for you. Their website is clean, it's extremely easy to use, and you can pinpoint exactly on the map where you're interested in moving, and Rentals.ca will help you find the perfect place. Whether it's apartment, a house, a condo, whatever it is, Rentals.ca has you covered. So check out Rentals.ca. Their link is in the pinned comment of this video, as well as the description down below. And shout out to Rentals.ca for supporting our national team, for supporting this channel, this community that we have been building here now for years at this point, and most importantly, supporting thousands of Canadians all across the country. So shout out to Rentals.ca. I mean it. Definitely check them out down below. But let's dive into what's going on, because the Raptors, it looked like one of those classic, okay, you know, the team's coming out and we're playing the Bulls, we're losing most of the game, and it just looked like, okay, we've had some ethical tanking games over the course of this season. Of course, the team is shooting for Cooper flag, trying to capture that flag. The Bulls are a team that's not phenomenal themselves, but it wasn't the most craziest of games throughout the stretch, but the fourth quarter really made this one interesting, really made this one crazy. And again, I'm rooting for this team to win every single game that they can, but of course, we lose, it brings us closer to Cooper flag, so I'm not stressing about the outcomes. But for the people that are rooting for this team to lose, this is a masterclass in terms of, Darko, whatever the heck you want to put it together, in terms of development, in terms of learning experience, but also, not hurting the chances, the standings out there in terms of the tankathon, whatever you want to call it, right? We're right on the heels of the Utah Jazz. We're making some distance now between the Bulls, between different teams there. The Sixers, the Hornets, they face off a ton of times over the next little while. So it is an interesting sort of spot the Raptors are in. But last night, right, RJ Barrett, Gradey Dick put up some very, very strong numbers. But the guy I really want to dive into, really want to get amped up about, is Jamal Shead, who is a guy that, I have the watermark on his image there. You got the new fro going, but basically, this man, in 12 minutes of action, 12 minutes in this game, put in 10 points, had 4 rebounds and 6 assists, 1 steal, was 4-4 from the field, was a plus 10 in this game, and just really had an extremely positive impact when he was out there. Like, Jamal Shead, I'm playing the animation once again. Jamal Shead came out and proved the Shead heads right, at least for one night, because the energy, the leadership, despite being a rookie, it's drafted in the second round, doesn't even play consistently on this Raptors team as of late. He's come out and really just been an impact player for this Raptors group. He's come out, brings the energy, brings the effort every single day, every single time he goes out there on the court, and then the three-point shot, it's coming along. One of those three-point shots was a bank in, but
feeling good, feeling comfortable, and
it
shows in your play.
Getting some floaters out there. He's got the ball in his hands. He's letting it fly. Contested three, no hesitation.
How about into Gradey? Gradey up fake, lets it fly short.
He's getting a little rebound.
Offense rebound, Shead. How good did he been?
At the end, he goes to Jamal Shead.
And that's 10. Oh my! Banked in at the buzzer, and it's good.
And
122.
The impact that he's been having on the Toronto Raptors when he comes out and plays. Because the crazy thing about Jamal Shead, yes, players are returning from injury. Yes, there's all this type of stuff that we have to bring up because, of course, when Immanuel Quickley's back, Davion Mitchell's been playing really well this season, especially as a facilitator and stuff, and as a young guy himself, there's not a crazy amount of minutes to go at that guard position for the Toronto Raptors for Darko Rajaković to really figure out who deserves what minutes, who deserves to be in what place, right? It's a tough position Darko Rajaković is in for right now because Shead is a clear piece of the future. He's a clear guy that has tremendous upside for this team. His level of energy of the way he's improved, but the question mark with Jamal Shead, really the reason why definitely at the start of the season, Davion Mitchell is getting the edge. Well, of course, Davion Mitchell's been around the NBA a little bit more, is a bit more polished in terms of just experience and things like that, but the jump shot is really the biggest difference between Davion Mitchell and Jamal Shead. However, Davion Mitchell, while he was a really efficient three-point shooter for the Sacramento Kings last season, that percentage has fallen off. And Jamal Shead came into the NBA, this season and wasn't a super effective three-point shooter, but over the past month, those percentages have been increasing and increasing. And again, it's smaller sample size because its minutes have gone down, but really just coming out in the fourth last night's game. Again, I'm not expecting Jamal Shead to have, super efficient, crazy, just unstoppable games like he did last night every single outing, but we're seeing the impact that he can have in terms of changing the game of the defense and his improved three-point stroke. One of them was a bank shot, so we won't take it over. Again, we're not extrapolating small sample sizes and, just jumping to conclusions. Oh, he's going to be the next Steph Curry or something like that. But he is definitely, clearly putting in work out there at his three-point shooting. He already has the leadership. He has the facilitating. He has the playmaking. He has it all, right? It's just the jump shot out there at that guard position is the reason he fell in the draft. And frankly, that's coming along as well. So shout out to Jamal Shead, and it's going to send a message to Darko Rajaković, hey, don't keep me out of the rotation over the course of the season. So great stuff there for Jamal Shead, but it wasn't just him, right? Gradey Dick played phenomenal in this one. We take a look at the stats, right? In this game, Gradey Dick, 9-20 from shooting, 27 points, ended up having 6 boards, 2 assists in this game, and really, knocked down some threes, 3-9 shooting, but Gradey Dick was the stabilizing presence, and the Bulls are going on runs. Gradey Dick was very efficient in terms of just keeping the Raptors in this one, over the stretch of this game, and then of course, RJ Barrett, whenever he's at home, he's just good to go absolutely nuclear in terms of his score. 32 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists in this one. Wasn't crazy efficient, 11-24 shooting, but really has established himself as a really reliable scorer for the Toronto Raptors, especially when playing at home. So you love to see that. Jonathan Mobley, I thought, also was solid in this game. 4 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Not the craziest box scores, but really brought the hustle, brought the energy. Jakob Poeltl went down with injury, so we'll keep you up to date in terms of what details are going on with Big Yak here now at this point. Would be very unfortunate if Jakob Poeltl was to get injured, but of course, capturing flags, right? If Poeltl is out for an extended period of time, that's what's going to happen. We're going to capture some flags. But Kelly Olynyk, I like that Chris Boucher got a lot of opportunity, got a lot of run. I don't think he's the guy that should be out of the rotation just for his own sake. I know it's the NBA, it's a business. You got to do what's best for your team. But Chris Boucher is a guy that's been around long enough. You should play him. And for self-interested parties of the Toronto Raptors, prove the NBA that he is still a guy that commands value. And I wouldn't be shocked if the Raptors are able to get a couple second-round picks for Chris Boucher ahead of this year's trade deadline. I'd imagine a trade is incoming, but Kelly Olynyk is shaking off the rust for sure. He's moving a little bit where defensively he's fouling a ton, but there's that. And Jacoby Walter, 3-6, shooting 6 points. Nothing crazy, nothing blockbuster for him, but, solid stuff. But really, the takeaway from this game are RJ Barrett, Gradey Dick continuing their emergence as household names for the Toronto Raptors, and of course Jamal Shead looking good. But let me know what you guys think about this Raptors team, how things have been going there at this point, and also if you made it this far, in the video, and you're a part of the 67% of our viewers that haven't hit the subscribe button just yet, definitely hit that sub button. Definitely, it's down below. It's free. We just spent 9 minutes 20 seconds together. Let's hit that sub button. Anyways, I'm signing out. Cheers.